If you're a first-time home buyer in Alberta, this new government rebate program could save you tens of thousands of dollars. I'm Tom Allison with the Dropping Sold Signs Real Estate team. In today's video, we're going to talk about the GST rebate for first-time home buyers. But first, like any good video that has anything to do with taxes, we have to do a disclaimer. I'm not an accountant. I am not a professional when it comes to taxes. So if you're making any large decisions based on GST rebates, always make sure to check with your accountant first. All right, let's talk about who is eligible for this rebate. Judging by the name, it is first-time homebuyers who are eligible for this rebate, and this is going to apply to brand new builds or substantially renovated homes. But today's video is going to focus on the brand new builds because that is going to make up the lion's share of this rebate. Now, generally speaking, first-time homebuyer means you've never owned a home before, but there's actually a little bit of an asterisk on that because if you owned a home 10 years ago and you sold it 10 years ago and you haven't owned one since, you would still be considered a new homeowner. That's right, first-time homeowner actually refers to anyone who hasn't owned a home within the last 4 years. So if you've been couch surfing for the last 10 years, it's time to get back in the market because you're not paying tax. Another key point in this rebate is the house has to be your primary residence. So you can't go invest in your dollars on a rental property and hope to get the GST back on that one. So what is the GST rebate? It's exactly what it sounds like. The GST you would normally pay for a brand new home, you would be getting up to 100% back in your pocket. So that means homes up to $1 million would be getting 100% of their GST back. That's $50,000 if you bought $1 million home back in your pocket. There are still some rebates available if you're a first-time home buyer that is spending up to $1.5 million, but I don't know any first-time home buyers who are spending $1.5 million. So to recap, the partial rebate is between $1 million purchase price and $1.5 million purchase price, and it's a scale that works its ways down as you get closer to that $1.5 million mark. All right, let's talk about who this does not apply to. If you are buying a resale home, i.e. most of the houses on the market, there's no GST being charged on those homes, so you get no rebate for that. Maybe you're an investor and you're looking to buy a rental. You don't get a rebate. No investors allowed. You're not a first-time home buyer. That's pretty simple. And if you do not plan to live in the property, no rebate for you. So to recap, it is for first-time home buyers, primarily on brand new builds. Let's talk about how you actually get the money. Option number one, which is also going to be the most common option, is the builder will just reduce the purchase point. They're going to do the applications for the rebates afterwards, and you just take that purchase price and you reduce it by 5%. Option number two is a little bit trickier. You pay the full purchase price, including the GST, and then you would apply for the rebate afterwards by going to the CRA website, downloading some forms, filling out all those headache forms, and hopefully by the time you've done all that, the government hasn't changed their mind and gives you your GST rebate back. One thing to look out for with option number one, which is where the builder just reduces the purchase price by 5%, is that they still were in line with the market values and they didn't just raise the price of their builds to then make it look like they're taking 5% off. So maybe you'd want to talk with a realtor. You can call me just to make sure that the house is still lined up with market values in your area and that the 5% is actually coming off of that purchase price where it should be. So bottom line is this is a huge opportunity for first-time home buyers who are looking at the brand new housing market where they can save tens of thousands of dollars where previously they weren't getting those savings. So if you want to know if you qualify or what new builds actually make sense for this rebate, you can comment below, give me a call, and I'll walk you through it.